Hi everyone, it's Kathy again, and we're here with the Hotel Suite tutorial for AutoCAD 2018 and for the Interior Designer by Dean Muccio. We're using that textbook, and we're starting on page 4-4 with the first tutorial. We're going to create the outer walls, the basic shell of the Hotel Suite. You're going to be using your basic drawing setup that we have created as a template, so go ahead and open that. And then when you get that open, we want to go to the snap mode and change your snap settings. We want to change this X and Y snap to 1/4 of an inch. We're going to be dealing with small dimensions, and so we want to change that to 1/4 for both X and Y, and go ahead and hit OK. The other part of your setup should work just fine. We want to start this rectangle over here at this first heavier grid line. So you want your grid lines to be showing so you can kind of center this hotel suite in your drawing. Go ahead and click on or select the rectangle command, or you can type in rectangle or REC. And we're going to get over here near this first large grid line and click the bottom right hand corner of your rectangle. Drag your cursor up. We're going to type in the long dimension first, and that is 36 feet 8.5 inches. The way that we're going to type that in is 36 and use the foot symbol. Then you type in 8-1/2, and you can now hit the tab key, and that will get you to the other dimension that we need. And this one you're going to type in 13 feet 6-3/4, and you don't have to type in inches. I know I've been doing it in some of my other videos, but AutoCAD understands inches, just not you have to type in feet. So you can just leave it like that, hit enter, and you have your rectangle for your hotel suite. Now remember, this is the inside walls dimension, so you have to offset this to the outside to create the thickness of your walls. So don't make that mistake where you're offsetting it to the inside, because then certain things are not going to work when you try to put in your openings. So we're going to do an offset. I like to just type in O for offset, enter. Our distance through is going to be 6 inches. That's going to be the thickness of our walls. And again, all you have to do is type in 6, enter, select the rectangle that you've already created. So you're going to left click, select it, and notice how my cursor, if I go inside, I'm creating the walls inside the rectangle, and if I drag outside, I'm creating the walls outside. We want to make sure they go outside the rectangle we've already created. So notice that the blue one is the one that we already created, and the white rectangle is the one we're making. Make sure that that white rectangle is on the outside, and then left click to finish your command, or you can hit enter. So we've created our two rectangles, and now we want to explode them. That's step 3. So I can go ahead and hit escape to get out of any command I'm in. I'm going to do a crossing window to select both of my rectangles, and then just go up here and hit the explode command, and they've automatically exploded. You can check them by just clicking on lines, and you'll be able to see the grips on each line separately. Next step, we're going to go to the far right hand side, and we're going to erase this far right line. So click on your eraser command, select that far right line, click on it, left click on it, and then enter, and it will be erased. We're going to now offset a construction line from this line out 9 inches. This wall is thicker, so we're going to erase it and then offset a construction line. So the way we do that is we go to the draw command. We can click on the construction line, or you could type in X line. There's several different ways to get to construction line. Select the construction line, And then down here in the command line area, we want to click on offset. And we want to offset this 9 inches. So we do need to type in 9, hit enter, and then select this line that we've already created. So left click on that line, drag your cursor over to the right, doesn't matter how far, but just make sure you're over here to the right. And then you're going to left click. And that finishes the offset construction line command. Hit escape key, and now we're going to extend. So go over here to the ribbon where it says trim, use your down arrow, click on extend. The first thing you do when you extend is to select the object you want to extend to. So we're going to extend these little lines that aren't connected over to this line. So we're going to select the construction line that we created, right click, and then as you select this line, you can see that it automatically extends. So once you've got it in it to extend, you're going to left click on that line, go down to this one, watch it extend, left click on your mouse, and then right click to end the command to enter. Next step is to trim. So we can go back up here, change this from extend to trim. You can select with your crossing window this whole end here, right click to enter, and then go up to the end of that construction line that you want to trim off, and then here go down to the bottom, click, and then right click to enter and finish the command. Now we're going to create the window opening on the right hand side of this plan, and we're going to use a series of offsets to do that. We're going to create a construction line offset just like we did for the side over here. So we look at our plan in our textbook, and it basically says that that particular window opening from this line up, you want to put in, you want to offset that 1'6". So from this particular line here, and then from that offset, we're going to have a 10-foot wide window opening. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the construction line. Select the construction line command and select offset. And the distance we want is 1'6". You can go ahead and right click for enter. Select the inside line, drag your cursor up towards the middle of the plan and click, left click. That'll place that construction line right where we want it. We're going to repeat that construction line offset, so you can start that command again. Click on offset, type in 10 feet, enter. This time we're going to select the construction line we just created, click on it, that's a left click, and then drag your cursor up, click anywhere. As long as you're up, holding your cursor up, you can click left click, and it will put that construction line 10 feet away from this one. Step 10, we're going to trim. So again, click on the trim command, and I like to do this with a crossing window. It just makes it so much easier. So you're clicking a crossing window, and then you're going to right click enter, and then hover over the lines that you would like to get rid of and left click on those lines. And then you can also get rid of the opening lines. Right click to enter, finish your command. Now we have this funny little pop out up here in the right hand corner, and that's going to require 2 offsets and some trimming. So this is a regular offset, not a construction line offset. So all you have to do is type in O for offset. And then the first offset we're going to do is from the top down, and that's 8 3/4 inch. So the distance we want is 8-3/4. Enter. Pick this inside line. So left click on that line, drag your cursor down, and click again. We're going to repeat that offset command, so you can type in O again. And the distance that we want, sorry, hold on. Actually, you would need to hit escape to finish that first offset command and then start again. So you can type in O for offset. And this time we want to type in a different distance through. The distance is 8.5 inches. So you can type in 8-1/2, enter, and you're going to pick this line this time and drag to the left and click. So now we have this little square that we need to start to trim. You can escape, make sure you're out of that offset command. Go to trim. Again, you can use your crossing window. Right click and then start trimming away what we don't need. So we don't need this line. We don't need this line. And we want to get rid of this and this. Right click to enter, escape to make sure you're out of your command. Next step, we're going to create the window on the left-hand side of this plan, and we're going to do construction line offsets. Again, we'll get lots of practice with construction line offsets. Draw command, I'm sorry, the draw pull down in your ribbon, click on the construction line, and we want to click on offset. And our distance offset, if you look on page 4-19, is coming from this line and going down, and it is 2 foot 1 inches. So we're going to type in 2 foot 1. Enter. Select this line, drag your cursor down, and click again, left click. There's your construction line offset. We need to do one more construction line offset. We're going to offset this construction line down 4 foot 4 inches. Right click to start your construction line command again. Click on offset. This time type in 4 foot 4, enter, select your construction line, go and drag your cursor down, click. Now you have your 4 foot 4 opening with your construction lines created. Next step, yep, you guessed it, trim. Select the trim command, crossing window, right click on your mouse, and now select all of the lines that you would like to remove, including these opening lines. Right click to end your command, escape to make sure you're not in any, still in there. Okay, we're now on page 420 at the bottom. We're going to create a little inset for the entryway. Again, we're going to do some construction line offsets for this as well. So in your draw, pull down ribbon, construction line. And we want to offset this little line here from there down. And the distance through is going to be 2 foot 2.5. So select offset, your distance, type in 2 foot 2-1/2, enter. Select this little line here, drag your cursor down towards the bottom, and left click. There's your offset construction line. I'm going to do that one more time. This time this construction line is going to be offset. I'm sorry, we're going to offset from here, this inside line, into the plan. So construction line, offset, and the distance is 1 foot 6, 1 foot 6, enter. Select this inside line, drag your cursor to the inside, and click. So we're going to create a new little wall that insets right here. The tricky part is which side do we offset these to make the thickness of the wall. So you need to pay attention to the text. and you want to offset both of these construction lines 6 inches. This line gets offset to the left. This line gets offset down. So we'll do that right now. Draw construction line, offset 6 inches, enter. This line to the left, this line down. And now we can trim. This is going to be a little trickier, but I'm going to go ahead and do a full window crossing here. Right click, and I'm going to start from the outside and work my way in. I know I need to get rid of these 2 lines, these 2 lines, and then we're going to get rid of this, 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 and then come up here and get rid of the inside lines. And we do not need these either, so we're going to get rid of that one and that one, this one and this one, and then these 2 inside the wall. So right click to end. It should look like this. So I missed a couple, so I'm going to go back to the trim command one more time, and I can select these 2 lines, right click, and get rid of those. Right click to enter, escape to make sure you're out of the command, and zoom out. Remember, you're zooming in and out with your scroll wheel the whole time to help you navigate through these processes. Okay, we're almost done. So for the last step, we're going to zoom in to this area down here in the corner and create our door opening. We're going to do just some regular offsets. So type in O for offset, enter. The distance for the first offset is going to be 1 foot 8, and we're offsetting this line right here down 1 foot 8 inches. Type in 1 foot 8, enter. Select this upper line and offset it down. Enter to end the command. We're going to start one more offset, O for offset. 3 feet is our distance through. Enter. Select this line we just created and offset it down 3 feet. Enter to end, escape. Last step, trim. Crossing window, right click, trim away the lines we don't need, enter, escape, and you have completed the outer walls for your hotel suite. Congratulations, you're done with chapter 4. Save your project here. File, save as. Make sure you name it with your last name, first initial. I do that every time. Gallipo, oops. Let's try that again. File, save as. Your last name, first initial, underscore, hotel suite. And we're going to put 1 after this because this is the first tutorial. And then if you want to, you can put the date and you're all set. Hit save. And you're going to be submitting that on Moodle as an assignment. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Bye.